A16Z just dropped its big ideas for 2026. I spent 3 hours reading it. And there's one thing that you need to pay attention to is this. The internet is no longer being built for humans. So A16Z is one of the most influential venture capital firms in Silicon Valley, backing companies such as Airbnb, Coinbase, GitHub, and many others. Every year, they ask their partners across different teams to share one big prediction about what builders will tackle in the coming year. And I've read through all of it so that you don't have to. And I've broken it down into three biggest themes you need to know about. If you are a builder, I highly recommend you read the entire report. I put it in the description box down below. Plus, stick around until the end because I'm going to share their cheat code for beating experts, a list of 25 books that shaped their founders' thinking. By the way, what I love about this report is that you can see who wrote the prediction and their X profile, so that if you have any ideas or any questions, you can just DM the partner directly. Not sure they will respond, but worth a try. So the first and most dominant theme in 2026 report is that AI agents are taking over. A16Z partner calls this agent native infrastructure. Here is the problem. The current internet backend is built for humans. You click a button and the server response is predictable. But in 2026, we're shifting to agent speed. One agent might trigger 5,000 subtasks in a millisecond. That looks like a DOS attack to current databases. And we're going to see a massive re-architecting of the web to handle this overwhelming amount of robot traffic. Stephanie Zhang takes it a step further. She predicts we will stop designing for human eyes and start creating for agents. Think about it. Right now, the website is optimized for SEO and pretty user interfaces. But if an AI agent is the one buying your plane ticket or researching your product, it doesn't care about your CSS animations. We are going to see a shift where the user that you are optimizing for is actually a piece of software. And finally, Sarah Wang predicts that the system of record, like Salesforce or Jira, is going to lose its power. The value isn't in storing the data anymore, it is in the agent layer that actually execute the work. The database becomes a commodity, and the AI that use databases becomes the king. Theme number 2 is what A16Z calls American Dynamism, or essentially AI meeting the real world. For a long time, software aids the world digitally. Now it's coming for atoms. Aaron Prince Wright talks about the renaissance of the American factory. We aren't just bringing manufacturing back. We are building an AI native industrial base. Think modular factories where AI handles complex coordination, allowing us to mass produce things like nuclear reactors or housing the way we produce cars. And on the consumer side, Mark Andreessen has a prediction that I absolutely love: the death of prompt box. We are currently obsessed with prompt engineering, but by 2026, mainstream apps will be prompt-free and proactive. For example, your IDE will suggest a code refactor before you ask. Your CRM will draft the email after it listens to your call. The goal is for the AI to observe your context and intervene, rather than waiting for you to tap into a blank box. Let's brief touching on crypto. There is a fascinating concept here called KYA, Know Your Agent. We all know KYC, Know Your Customer, KYB, Know Your Business from banking. But Sean Neville points out that non-human identities, like the agents, now outnumber human in financial services 96 to 1. If you have an AI agent that negotiates prices or buys things for you, how does a merchant know it's legit? We're going to need a credit score or a cryptographic ID for robots. And this is the missing piece to let the agent economy actually transact money safely. Ali Yahya has a fascinating take on crypto as well. Privacy will be the most important competitive advantage for blockchains in 2026. Why? Privacy creates network effects. On public blockchains, it's trivial to bridge to another chain, but crossing between private zones leaks metadata, like timing, transaction sizes, correlations. But once you're on a private chain, you are sticky. You don't want to risk exposure by moving. This creates winner takes most dynamics, while general purpose chains compete on performance and drive fees to zero. Privacy chains can own entire market because users won't leave. Okay, I promised you a cheat code. A16Z published a separate article titled, "If you want to beat experts as an outsider, you can just read 25 books." The idea is that deep domain knowledge is often hidden in the books that most people are too lazy to read. And here are some standout recommendations from founders and partners that I think you should read. For understanding business, Sam Walton, Made in America. So, this book shows how a few principles followed for decades can have tremendous impacts. Good to Great by Jim Collins. Actually, multiple founders recommend this book for understanding what separates good companies from exceptional ones. Monetizing Innovation. Co founder and CEO of Databricks credit this book for helping him design Databricks' pricing strategy. So you need to read this one if you're frustrated with your pricing strategy. And for Leadership and Hiring, Who by Joe Smart. All of Databricks' hiring is actually based on this methodology. The Effective Executive by Peter Drucker. How to scale your 24 hours as a leader for grit and perspective, which is really, really important for builders and entrepreneurs. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This book keeps everything in perspective. It's really great for founder resilience. And the full list has actually more than 25 books. I'll link the A16Z article in the subscription below so that you can check out all of them. So 2026 looks like it's going to be the year where the internet rebuilt itself for agents. And software touches the physical factory floor, and we are finally stopped trying prompts. Which of these predictions do you think is most likely to happen? And most importantly, which one scares you the most? Let me know in the comments below. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the future of tech. I'll see you in the next one. Salut!